Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 1st. Let's get going. Today's the last day of practice, and I tried my hardest. Tomorrow's a tournament, and Yuko congratulates me on beating every member of the team, so I guess I'm the star of the kendo team.
Where have you been?
Practice, Akihiko. Just like the last few days. He wishes me luck on the tournament, and mentions I'm paired against some guy named Mamoru. Junpei chimes in and says this Mamoru is some kendo prodigy. Way to go, Junpei. I wasn't nervous or anything. To calm said nerves, I decide to play the quiz game at Game Panic, and study when I get home. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 2nd. Let's get going. Today's the day of the tournament, and tensions are high. Just before my turn, Kaz and Yuko give me a pep talk. I ask Yuko to root for me, and she gives me her special drink. I head to the match, and put in some good work. But ultimately, Mamoru wins. Kaz and Yuko cheer me up after the match, and Mamoru even walks up on us. He tries to flirt with me and says we should hang out sometime. I just kinda nod my head and he walks away. We resolve to head home for the day. I want a matching tracksuit too.
Welcome back.
At the dorm, everyone congratulates me on my performance, and Junpei catches a few strays. I talk to Ken, and he asks me how I take my coffee. Jabril and Ken will both be happy to know. I take it black. Speaking of coffee, I head to Cafe Chagall and actually study today, unlike yesterday. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 3rd. Let's get going. I guess I'm sick, so I do what I do in real life when I'm sick. Buy energy drinks. For those who are wondering, zero sugar energy drinks are my favorite. After admiring how important natural light is in a setting, I head out to feed the cat, and it seems like he's healthy. I'm glad he's back to normal. I make my way to the shrine and run into Maiko, who snags the takoyaki from my back pocket and chows down. She says it was delicious, then snags my frickin' Red Bull. I'll kill you, you little bat. Maiko says we should be friends, and I tell her I'd hang out with her if I felt like it. I guess I pissed her off, but she deserves it. I come across a sign that lets me know there's a festival coming up, and get myself a fortune to boost my relationship with Maya. End the night with karaoke, and head to bed early to help cure my cold. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 4th. Let's get going. My first truly free day of summer, and I decide to spend it gaming with Maya. We talk about nothing of importance, but Maya gets riled up about her insecurities, particularly being old. She asks me if men only want younger women, and I was too busy grinding to pay attention, so I'm confused. She apologizes for rambling, and says that she should know better, seeing as she teaches composition. She rants about a fellow teacher who got asked out by a student and has a fiancé. Damn it! Kenji's invading my social life again. Miss Maya, spills the tea and says Miss K stuffs her bra. I'm kind of stun-locked on that statement, so she reiterates, she's got fake tits. I kind of zone out here, as I'm not one for catty chatter, so I don't really know what else she talked about. But she logged out, so I did too. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 5th. Let's get going. I start the day by picking up another Red Bull. I make my way over to the station to buy some flowers and check on the cat. He's, bigger now. Anyway, I decide to upgrade everyone's weapons at the police station. First, I sell some stuff, then I pick up 2 swords for Mitsuru and I, a sword for Junpei, a bow for Yukari, and some knuckles for Akihiko. I also forget to equip the party when I get home, but whatever. I also pick up a platinum watch to complete my shopping trip and confirm my empty wallet. I head back to the shrine and end up apologizing to Maiko for telling her I might hang out with her. Spoilers, I'm not a pedophile. I pull another fortune for me and Maya, and I remember to save when I get home. I end the night with the quiz game and a good Pokemon sleep. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 6th, and it's a full moon. We find out that this month's Shadow is hiding out in an old war bunker, so we make our way there. We arrive, and...
Well done.
Assassin Jesus is here with his sidekick, and they're here to assassin us. They say if we destroy the Dark Hour, we'll all lose our powers, and Mitsuru says they're also Persona users. They sow doubt, then lock us in the bunker. After getting spoiled for Oppenheimer, we finally come face to face with the Shadow, which seems to be a tank. I throw Optimus Prime into Orgia mode, and start throwing proverbial spaghetti against the wall to see what sticks. The tank just immediately kills me back, so so I've learned exactly nothing from this encounter. On our second attempt, the tank separates into two shadows, which is unique, I guess. Rotom overheats, so she's useless for most of the fight, but I focused on the Archer when they're apart, and out DPS the combined form. Junpei lands a lucky crit to win us a fight, and Ikutsuki rescues us in the morning. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 7th. Let's get going. I'm worn out from last night's operation, so I figured today is as good a time as any to play video games. Most of my summer vacation was actually spent playing video games, just like in real life. Maya's talking to herself when I enter, and oversharing quite a bit in general. I show up and scare her a bit. She says she has a crush on someone, a teenager. Can just one person in this universe be normal? And apparently it's me. Well, thank God it's summer vacation, so I don't have to deal with that hot mess. Maya signs off, and I decide to go to bed.
Hi, how are you?
I don't get much sleep, as Pharos wakes me up for a soliloquy about poison gardens. I have zero idea what you're talking about. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 8th. Let's get going. I wake up to a phone call from Elizabeth, telling me that more of Tartarus has opened up. I thank her, and go to brush my teeth, but Mitsuru-senpai knocks on the door. I tell her I'll be out in a minute, but she tells me we're having a meeting tonight and leaves. On some advice from the comments, I decide to check out the strip mall and get lunch at Wakatsu. We get back to the dorm, and in the control room, we find Koromaru. He's joining the team. T1000 says that Koro wants to return the favor, and Junpei says he's going to go take him for a walk. Mitsuru reminds him to enjoy summer vacation, as summer classes are starting soon, and we're all registered. With that in mind, get your questions in the comments. I play the quiz game and sleep when I get home. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 9th. Let's get going. Sunday comes around again, and I get a visit from the Tanaka Fairy. He's selling a spear, a weapon type I haven't seen yet, so I really want it. But, it's time to hang with Maya again. I log on to Innocent Sin and get a message from the dev team, saying that they're shutting down the game due to decline in player base. Maya seems concerned, but I'm no stranger to games being shut down, so I'm used to it. Maya seems afraid of not being able to hang out anymore, and suggests we could hook up IRL. She gets a brilliant idea, to send a message of our logs to the devs to show that people still play the game. She logs off to write an email, and I guess I do too. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 10th. Let's get going. Summer school starts today, and so does our impromptu chill session. I have a comment or two to discuss this week, and today's a comment from the GM Redditor. They ask if I think it's important for all social links to be completable in one run, or at least, that's kind of what I'm getting. I think everyone's first run of a Persona game should be played out blind. I really enjoy the feeling of getting to know the characters, and making them just a checklist to hit because of completion puts a bit of a sour taste in my mouth. I think on a New Game Plus run, you should be able to complete everything though, as you've already done the hard work of beating the game. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 11th. Let's get going. Adagawa is teaching class today, and it's a super interesting lesson about the Crowley Tarot deck. Today I want to take a minute to talk about my thoughts on the future of the channel. We're at about the halfway point of Persona 3 Fest, and I want to thank each and every one of you that likes, comments, subscribes. My philosophy with YouTube is to put out content similar to what I would want to watch in my free time, but I know my viewing habits don't line up with everyone else's. I also don't want to fall into the trap of only posting Persona content, but I won't be stopping Persona anytime soon. I mean, I enjoy the series. I'd like to stick to turn-based RPGs, as that is my favorite genre, so if anyone watching this has a suggestion for content they'd like to see me produce, I'd love for you to drop it in the comments. Again, I really want to thank you guys for all the support you guys have been showing for this series. It's really cool to see the numbers just go up and up and up as I reach a bigger audience, so thank you so much. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 12th. Let's get going. You know him, you love him. It's Photos by Jabril. GB here asks an interesting question. If I could swap cast members between P3 and P5, who would I pick? For starters, I'd swap Yukari and An. I think they're both supposed to be the same trope, but An fulfills it 1,000 times better. Yukari just doesn't seem popular, if that makes sense. Then, I'd swap Koromaru and Morgana, mostly because separating the cat simp from the girl is something I don't have the heart to do. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 13th. Let's get going. I'm actually on vacation IRL right now. I'm visiting some friends from out of state, and luckily my vacation lined up with summer school. I hope you all have a great day. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 14th. Let's get going. Edogawa's teaching class again today, and today's lesson is on Kabbalah. I'm not exactly an expert on Kabbalah, but again, I am super interested in things like magic and the study of the universe, so I actually pay attention. I realize a lot of the subject matter is well referenced in modern media, to the point that I actually learned about the Sephiroth from Yu-Gi-Oh! Of all places. It's also crazy nuts that things like specific numbers show up across different cultures and time periods. For example, the number 22 shows up a lot in lessons that Edogawa keeps giving, and seeing it pop up in subject matter about ancient Egypt after just talking about ancient Rome and their influence with that number is mind-boggling, and makes it feel like there's more to the universe. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 15th. Let's get going. Today's the final day of summer school, and boy am I glad. When I get back to the dorm after class, I decide to celebrate with my non-human party members. So I take Koromaru for a walk with Gladys. She reminds me that the festival's tomorrow, and I end the night with some studying. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 16th. Let's get going. The summer festival's today. Yuko calls me and asks me if I want to go, and I love a girl who takes the initiative, so I immediately agree. Yuko wore her regular clothes to the shrine, and upon seeing some girls in yukata, she hits me with the classic woman trap. Do I think she looks good in her normal clothes? Obviously, I know her well enough to know that she's more laid back when it comes to stuff like that, so I answer honestly and say I prefer everyday clothes to being dolled up. Thankfully, she seems happy. She catches a whiff of the takoyaki stall nearby and goes to buy some, but there's no taco in the yaki. We eat it anyway, and head towards the front when we get stopped by the luck draw. I test my Jack Frost 27 luck and win a kaleidoscope. We head home for the night, and I head to bed early. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 17th. Let's get going. I wake up to a call from Kenji asking me to go to the movies. It's a horror marathon, and if it was anyone but Kenji, I'd be down. Instead, I choose to rectify all of my commenters' anger towards my interactions with Maiko, and play with her. Her words, not mine. We play for a bit, and when Maiko asks what I want to do next, I say I want to go home. She doesn't understand that I'm way too old to be playing with her. I form a bond with the neglected child, and take my leave when she starts trying to relate to me. Imagine complaining about your parents getting divorced to an orphan. I get back just in time to witness Junpei and Yukari bullying Koromaru. I hit up karaoke and sleep. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 18th. Let's get going. Today, I decide to take Liz on a date/adventure. We head to Naganaki Shrine, and I show her the offertory box. She promptly dumps millions of yen in as a sign of worship, before quickly getting distracted by the paper fortunes. I wait while she pulls every fortune possible, then go back to herding cats as she gets distracted by the playground. After some sick tricks, we head back to the Velvet Room. I finally fuse a Vitala with Maragi, rip to the Jack Bros, and discover I made a trade of a soul for a soul when I'm rewarded with the ability to fuse King Frost. I eat some ramen at Hagakure, then karaoke and head to bed. Welcome to Persona Everyday. Today's August 19th. Let's get going. I wake up to a phone call and, oh, Mr. Thwaz, I'm honored. He wants to go watch some nature documentaries, and lucky for him, I'm super down. I up my charm before heading into Tartarus. After a relatively uneventful climb through Yabasha, we come to the floor 98, and the first roadblock, Finger Nails. It seems like every boss at this point has Mind Charge, and this one is Ice type. I decide to swap out Akihiko for Mitsuru since he's weak to ice, and I ultimately find out that the boss is weak to fire, just after I got rid of Pyrojet. As soon as I figure that out, Koromaru and I steamroll through, with a little help from 2B. While climbing up to the next roadblock, we come across an earlier boss, this time as a hallway fight. We whoop him, and I level up to level 31. By the way, here are my social stats. We hit floor 110 and call it. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 20th. Let's get going. Junpei's stressing about wasting his summer vacation when he comes across the goth lolly? She's drawing something, and Junpei, being his skirt-chasing self, he walks up and takes an interest. The goth lolly seems irritated at being stared at, as anyone would, so Junpei takes his leave. Unlike Creepazoid, I spend my day selling some spoils. I even trade my Valkyrie for a sword with Auto Terra Kaja that I'll totally remember to pick up tomorrow. I decide to continue my community service assignment and feed a pseudo-orphan a burger. She uses me as a therapist, and has a crying fit before we leave. I end the night by walking Koromaru, and finally leveling up my intelligence. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 21st. Let's get going. I wake up to a phone call from Yuko, asking me on a movie date, and instant yes. We see some sports movies, and I become a badass. I say goodbye to Yuko, and give a fond farewell to Mandragora. I sing some karaoke by myself until it gets dark. I attempt to get into Mandragora, but it seems they get busy on the weekends. Afterwards, I hit the same old karaoke and sleep combo. I end the day with a cup of coffee, and head to bed early. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 22nd. Let's get going. Kaz calls me in the morning and asks me to go to the movies, but I have some plans for today. He insults my manhood, and leaves me to be the antisocial person I am, as I end up playing video games all day. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 23rd. Let's get going. Chihiro calls me when I wake up and asks me to go to the movies, but I, have other plans. Tanaka is selling some dragon boots, and they sound cool, so I picked them up. I decide to hop on Innocent Sin and see what Maya's up to. She's nowhere to be found, but I immediately get teleported in front of her. She says she's going to come clean with me. She decided not to send our chat log into the devs, as after reading through it, she realized all she was doing was bitching. She says she'll never see me again, but I tug at her heartstrings a little, because I know I'll see her after summer vacation. I fully mature the bond between me and the internet, and Maya logs off, saying she left me a message in the sand. I take a screenshot and log out as well. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 24th. Let's get going. We start the day by watching Ken experience what it's like to have parents. Shinji and Aki are fighting over getting a dog, apparently, and Shinji is almost swayed by the prospect of Koromaru belly rubs. Ken looks horrified at witnessing his first argument. We cut back from commercial to discover that Yukari and Koromaru want to go to the movies with me, so I legitimately flip a coin to decide. I realize now it would have been more fitting to take Koromaru since it landed on Tails, but on the bright side, I discover Yukari has a nerdy side for sports. Weird. I end the day with a cup of coffee and some studying. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 25th. Let's get going. I decide to take Koromaru to the movies, but he doesn't seem to want to go, so I ask Akihiko instead. We watch some kung fu movies, and Akihiko thinks he can set his hands on fire through hard work, dedication, and squats. We head home, and I stop at the mall to finally pick up my sword. Afterwards, I head to Cafe Chagall for what may be my final cup of coffee, as I maxed my charm stat. I head to bed early when I get back, as I plan on going to Tartarus tomorrow. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 26th. Let's get going. Android 18 tells me Koromaru wants to go out, and I take him up on his offer. We head to the movies, but I can't seem to convince management to let Koro in, so we leave and head to Tartarus. We start the fight with the natural dancer, and boy howdy is it a tough one. Thankfully, it doesn't have mind charge, but it has Sexy Dance, a move that can charm my entire party at once. On top of that, it has Tetrakarn, which negates the only reliable way I have of hitting it. I spend 57,000 yen to resummon Ares, only so that I can perform a triple fusion and get Rakunda and Kill Rush on the same persona. Unfortunately, I'm still frail, so I die to Magarudi. I discover that I can bewilder the boss, so I abuse Lamia and barely make it out after briefly turning on my party. I hit level 32 and climbed to the top of Yabasha to end the day. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 27th. Let's get going. In a nice change of pace, Junpei asks me if I want to go to the movies. He finished eating his cup noodles first, though, as he said he'd faint on the way there. We watch a Die Hard movie marathon, and I learned that Junpei is a bit of a Westaboo. He wishes he'd been born in America, and talks about how cool and patriotic America is while we walk Koromaru. I like these little movie dates. It kind of fleshes out these otherwise one-note characters. More stuff like this in Reload, please. After Koro's walk, I get a call from Kazushi asking if I want to hang out, but I decline because I'm going to go to the movies again tomorrow. I end the night with a spot of studying. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 28th. Let's get going.
It's me.
Before I can get my day started, I get a knock on my door from Mitsuru. She basically comes to the door to let me know that there's a meeting. Does she not know what an email is? I ask Johnny 5 if she wants to go to the movies, and she learns that going out can be considered relaxing. They're showing ninja movies. She tells a joke about why the ninjas don't exist anymore, which is honestly a little funny, but she immediately acknowledges it's a joke, killing the mood. We head back to the meeting.
Good, you're all here.
Only to find out that Ken is joining the team. Apparently he asked to join. I learned from the group he uses a spear, and I check his persona to find he's only weak to Muto and can learn Diorama. I head to Game Panic and play Mole Whackers to up my He-Ho Speedo, and get a call from Kaz when I get back. He really wants to hang. I decline, and study to end the night. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 29th. Let's get going. Junpei's wandering around the city again, when he comes across the goth lolly. He asks her some weird questions, but he's so socially inept that he doesn't understand he's being weird and creepy. Meanwhile, Fuka and I go on a movie date. She says the genre intrigued her, and when we get there we find out it's hard science fiction. Hard sci-fi is the more realistic side, rather than stuff like Star Wars or Alien. Think Blade Runner and Ex Machina. Anyway, we walk out, and in typical dork fashion, Fuka goes on a bender talking about the movie. It's kinda cute. I drop her off at the dorm, and make my way to Club Escapade, and I finally catch the monk drinking. He gives me a pretty short lecture on respect, then sends me on my way. I hit the hay as soon as I get home. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 30th. Let's get going. Welcome back to QVC. I'm your host, Berea Huaito. Today on the block, we've got a nice set of Varuna bracers, but I'm the one that's buying them, so they're not for sale. After my little stint on TV, I decided to ask Mitsuru to go to the movies, and thankfully, it's her one day off this month. We get there, and I discover it's a romance movie marathon, which is fitting for Mitsuru, in a way. Unfortunately, she complains about inconsistencies in the movie's plot while we walk Koromaru, but eventually, she apologizes for coming off as critical, and acknowledges that she did have fun today. I see her off, and then I head to bed. Welcome to Persona Every Day. Today's August 31st. Let's get going. Junpei has another run-in with the goth lolly, who apparently has a wounded hand. Junpei shows some concern, but gets made fun of.
You're weird.
Before finding out her name is Chidori. Back to main character Kun, Ken sheepishly asks if I want to go to the movies, and we go watch the newest Marvel movie. It's kind of adorable seeing a kid act like a kid in a Persona game. After Ken gushes about superheroes, we head to Tartarus. I take today as a sort of mini grind session, and also try to complete some of Liz's objectives. I never encounter a treasure hand throughout the day, which is disappointing, but I do encounter the knights who must always dodge my wind spells. I grab the last of the reins, and level up to 34 in the process. I wasn't really paying attention.
Be careful! I sense death!
And as I round the corner, I get legitimately jump scared by the Reaper. I encounter the tiaras I've been hunting for after what seems like forever, and do them in with the swift He-Ho to end the day.